my point though with Nala is that it is possible for her to be saved. There's no one who is beyond the redemption of
I
Christ.
didn't say that
That
there
doesn't change
was.
the fact that, sorry.
I didn't say that there was, but let me ask you a
Well,
question.
there you go. And
Assuming
hang
for
on,
a
but hang on.
second,
Can I clarify my position
yeah,
first? Because
clarify it.
you're saying a lot of things
Go
that
ahead.
I don't agree with. So I think you may not be sure as to what my actual beliefs are. I think a Christian man has every right to say that you were doing this yesterday. I don't want to marry you. I think there's no end to the standards that Christian men should have for other Christians. So I think a Christian man should be able to say no to dating a Christian woman if it's for something as simple as you are too much of a careerist,
Yeah, but
let alone you used to be a porn
yeah,
star.
but can is
100%.
different than should. What Pearl's
Should
saying is
absolutely as well.
you shouldn't do it. And I agree,
Yes.
you shouldn't
Yes.
do it. Not only that, let me
Yes.
ask you this, Lauren. Let's assume for a second that a person found Christ and they were convicted of doing some kid diddling. Would you let them watch your kid because they were saved?
No,
No.
absolutely. No, yeah,
No.
that no, 100%.
Yeah, so
And
that
then
then what happens is inside these churches, what's going on is these women are using Christianity as a cloak and a shield. Half the time they're doing pornography with a crucifix on their chest. Half the time they have quotes, biblical quotes on their butt cheeks. I've met these women time and time again through the
that's
whatever podcasts and
disgusting.
these
I
other
don't support
places.
that.
They're
That's not
utilizing the
Christianity.
church specifically as a shield and a cloak. When we get into the red pill prescriptions themselves, if we're going opposing to descriptors, red pillars are making it very clear that the church has become corrupted with feminism, and it has.
All right, well, that's all well and good, but that's not what my position on Nala was. And I think I've
It
been
was.
pretty
You
clear
kissed
that,
her ass that whole video. I watched the whole video. You were busy
but
kissing her ass,
but
telling her how great
who
she
am I-
was, and she's not great. She's a horrible, awful person who did horrible damage to people, has done nothing to give compensation to any of them.
I agree that she like I have seen people say like she should give away the money then if she's sincere. I don't disagree with that either. I will say that we have people like Andrew Tate who I think should also do more to compensate for the fact that he built his empire off of running a cam service. But when it comes to the question of should a Christian man date Nala, should we accept her as a leader in the church? I think that's a no. It's a different question than is it possible for someone like Nala to have been saved?
Yeah, on the salvific claim, we would make the claim that the Orthodox would never make a claim that you're not saved. But that's really beside the point. What ends
But
up
it's not
happening,
beside
no,
the
it is,
point.
and I'll tell you
That is
how.
the point.
Because all of the tangling that you guys end up doing with these red pillars is just to say, who are you to judge? She's been saved. No, they should judge. Absolutely, they should judge. And more Christians should be very much more righteously judgmental against these horrific human beings who suddenly claim they found Jesus yesterday, go inside of the patriarchal churches and begin the dismantling of them from the inside out. No, we should judge them. Yes, we should. Right, Lauren? We should judge these women, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Like pornography is wrong, OnlyFans is wrong. But the question is like when someone turns away from that, do we accept them in the church as recognizing that they are sinners and
The
that they are not
reason
in
that we have
position
a
of leadership
catechesis inside
and
of Orthodoxy that takes many years is to make sure that you can weed out people who aren't ready for the faith. Theosis and Christianity is a lifelong process. The path is narrow. It's very easy to fall off of that path. There's no reason for us. In fact, I would say the opposite is true, that your relationship with Jesus Christ should be kept as private as possible, and all of your charitable contributions, donations, things like that should also be kept confidential. What happens instead is these people go on these massive publicity tours, oftentimes heralded by people such as yourself, who make these videos, these long-form videos, absolutely kissing their ass, when you should be completely dismantling and wrecking them. They're horrific for the patriarchal structures, which you seem to want to advocate for. Why should we kiss their asses? So there's Pearl Davis. She's not kissing their ass. She says, no, broad, get out of here. You're completely destroying the fabric of society. And you're using this as a cloak. We can clearly see you're using it as a cloak. And you people lambast her for saying that. But it's true.
So when it comes to someone like Nala, do you think, you just said you should be keeping your relationship with Christ private. Do you think that someone who is newly saved should be, is it a bad thing if they share their testimony?
Absolutely. Running around the country trying to share your testimony of your salvation from the day before, it actually is a defeater to the position of the humbleness of Christianity. You're supposed to operate within Christianity with humility. That is the entire point of it. You're not supposed to pray publicly. You're not supposed to say, "Look at me." You're not supposed to tell people on Twitter, "Oh, I'll pray for you." That's just saying "fuck you." That's all that's saying. "I'll pray for you" is just saying "fuck you." That's all it is. Okay? That's bullshit. That's not Christianity. That's something totally different than what Christianity is. And all I see is people on your side completely going after these red pill podcasters and people like this. And yes, it's true. Many of them are degenerates, but that doesn't make them less right about what's going on, and the fact that the Christ pillars offer no prescriptions to marriage at all.